The most important week to date is going to be this week, guys. Now, the reason being is because external factors will play a huge part in making the major decision of the market to either go up or down. And let's talk about it. Let's investigate and let's see if we can front run any news that's upcoming for this week. It seems like it's very important. Why? Look at, so there's so much data coming out, okay? But more specifically, Wednesday. Wednesday is when the Federal Reserve interest rate decision will take place and the Fed press conference, okay? Now, finally, it's been a while, but the next FOMC takes place in 2 days. 2 days, guys. So are you bullish or bearish? Now, the markets doesn't seem to be too bullish in my opinion. Why? Because the market believes that the Federal Reserve will hold rates. When they hold rates, I think they're neutral, right? The Fed is going to stay neutral until when? Maybe perhaps June, the month of June. It changed. Before, this was at 60%, guys. Before, this was at 60%, right? It seems like it went to, they're going to hold rates for the month of June as well. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling it. I've been saying it since the dawn of time. I've been singing and saying it, but nobody will listen. Not financial advice. Please like today's video. Thank you. The Federal Reserve will not cut rates until a black swan appears, which will negatively impact the markets. Then they're forced to. But that's what they're waiting on all this time, right? June looks like the market believes they're going to hold rates. July is when perhaps they could finally cut, right? Maybe this will change too until a black swan appears. That's what I've been saying, guys, until they restart the 2020 cycle, but 3 times more explosive. Okay? Now, what's really odd to me is that from Ash Crypto, breaking, a whale has just opened $119.7 million Bitcoin worth, Bitcoin short with 40x leverage. His entry price is 95K, while the liquidation sits at 102K. Wow. So there was a whale that opened, and he's gambling that Bitcoin will go lower. His average price is 95.3K. XRP right now, or not XRP, but Bitcoin is sitting right now at 94.3K, so $1,000 lower when he entered, guys, right? And this is a $119 million position, by the way, which is whale territory. Okay, guys, 40x is diabolical because it's obvious that he's probably in a no, right? Unless this was a pure gamble play, but I don't think it was because it did go down. So is he trying to tell us that, hey, maybe something bad could be up on the horizon? Let's talk about it. Okay. Now, I'm not too sure about Bitcoin, but again, there were top signals flashing there. For XRP, here are my short-term supports. Okay, short-term support is one right here, which is around $2.05. Okay, $2.05. But the major support is going to be around $1.80. Okay, so support number 1 and then support number 2. Support number 2 is most likely going to hold up, guys. Okay, for a relief rally, and then probably it will make his decision to either go higher or lower. Okay, so if I haven't bought and I wanted to buy more XRP, I would wait until I seen $1.80 to $1.90 around this region. Okay, that's just my opinion. Are we going to go there today, tomorrow? I don't know, guys, but I don't know. The markets aren't looking too hot right now. Now, maybe hot towards the downside because that's where hell supposedly is. It's getting serious from Chad. The XRP weekly is about to merge, right? So these are the moving averages, guys. And what do we see here? Well, we see different sets of indicators, which are the moving averages, and it seems like it's all about to cross, right? Isn't this supposed to be bearish though? I don't know which line is which, right? But it says right here, the 5, the 10, and the 30 moving average, right? So I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that's bearish, right? Just because I think XRP is just consolidating and relaxing and floating around this region for so long, right, that it gave these moving averages time to catch up, which it's not supposed to do, right? It's supposed to stay away from each other unless it flips its trend, right? So I don't know. The only thing that can save us right now is a bullish divergence, right? Or more so, a hidden bullish divergence. Price higher than this level, but the RSI, whatever this indicator, is lower, right? The momentum. So if Bitcoin can hold above, I don't know what that is, 93.7K or something, right? Around 94K, it's gonna have this bullish cross, this bullish divergence, guys, which will pump crypto, which will pump Bitcoin and pump XRP, right? So remember, this is all happening right now, right? This is all happening right now. The reason why we're going down, by the way, is again due to Trump's manipulation. But we said that it will go down, right? They're probably going to play a lot of tricks until the black swan appears, which will dump XRP to $1.30, if not a lot lower. So President Trump imposes a 100% tariff on all movies produced outside of the United States. He says, the movie industry in America is dying a very fast death. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. Hollywood and many other areas within the United States of America are being devastated. This is a concerted effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. It is, in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda. Therefore, I am authorizing the Department of Commerce and the United States Trade Representative to immediately begin the process of instituting a 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. We want movies made in America again. Okay? So more tariffs are being placed, guys. As we can see, 145% tariffs on China. Trump says, yeah, that's good. They deserve it. Right? So this was all happening today, guys. Which seems like it was a narrative for cryptos and stocks to go down, right? We'll see if anything good comes about to change prices, reverse prices higher. But honestly, I'm long-term bullish. Overall, I am bullish, guys. But the way we get to the end goal, it's going to be kind of strange. It's going to be murky. We're going to be traveling through murky waters, in my opinion.
Secretary, we basically have an embargo on China.
Look, you're trying to say something's going to happen.
No. Okay, well,
nothing's going to happen.
You know business. I want to ask you.
I do know business.
Yes, so 145% tariffs on China, and that is basically an embargo.
They deserve it.
It'll raise prices on everything from electronics to clothing to building houses.
By the way, you want to know why Trump brought upon, how is it timed so specifically, right? Because Trump brought upon tariffs and this type of narrative to push prices down, right? Out of this will come out a huge black swan, and then the Federal Reserve will cut rates that time, which then they'll print so much money, and Bitcoin will head to 300K plus, XRP to probably $100. The thing is, can you survive until that day?
You don't know that. You don't know whether or not China's going to eat
mathematics.
it. China probably will eat those tariffs, but at 145, they basically can't do much business with the United States. And they were making from us $1 trillion a year. They were ripping us off like nobody's ever ripped us off. And by the way, we have other countries that were just as bad. If you look at the European Union, it was terrible what they've done to us. Every country, almost every country in the world was ripping us off. They're not doing that anymore.
I want you to think of Secretary.
Supposedly, tariffs are good for a long-term play. But President Trump says China's economy is collapsing.
Otherwise, you could never do business with them. Yeah. And they want to do business very much. Look, their economy is really doing badly. Their economy is collapsing.
Interesting. He chose the word collapse. Who else has been saying collapse for a long period of time before any of them have? We did. right? The collapse is near, guys. The collapse is most definitely near. It's like a domino effect. As soon as one economy goes down, it comes to the West. And America will go down too. Trump claims $9 trillion in investments is coming to the United States and dismisses recession concerns. So he's saying, hey, a recession will not take place. Okay? Because of all this money that will be flooding into America, to the American economy. But I think they actually are planning some type of recession in order to balloon the economy once up again. The middle class consumers tapped out. Why? Restaurants that are slowly shrinking. Look at all these bankruptcies, guys. Right? And closing locations down. Wow. Doesn't look so great to me, does it? Right? It doesn't at all. Now, further evidence of consumer weakness. United States same-store store sales at McDonald's fell minus 3.6% in Q1 2025, the most since the 2020. Wait, since 2020? Do I see that correctly? Yes, I do. What does that mean? Exactly. It's going to be a repeat. Look at that. In the what? In the negatives, okay? Right here. Happened back in 2020. It's probably going to accelerate here soon due to that Black Swan event. Same-store sales growth is a metric comparing revenue for restaurants open for at least 13 months. This significantly exceeded expectations of a minus 1.4% decrease. This also marked the second straight quarterly sales decline, the longest streak in 10 years. Concerningly, restaurant visits by lower and middle income consumers fell in the double-digit range from last year. Even fast food has become unaffordable for many. Don't you see? Right? It needs to happen, guys. It literally needs to happen. That's the only way to restart QE and print so much money and make the economy propped up into something great, but in the end it's gonna collapse, right? Because that's how civilizations end. That's all for today, guys. But I'll just be prepared, to be honest, and see what comes up next. This isn't financial advice. Let's see what happens next. But again, this week will be very important because of this meeting. Is the Fed going to be bullish or not? Let us find out in the next episode of Not Financial Advice. What else? So face me says, see ya.